Guys, it's your boy Kyle Gray with the final lesson. I got a little bit ahead of myself yesterday. Today's the final lesson of the C section. Not yesterday, got excited. The final lesson is about opening the third eye, and there's quite a lot to it. So I suggest, if you can, just set a little bit of time away for this practice today. Vibe number 60, opening your third eye. Your chakras open and close. They interact with the energy that moves around them. They are amazing spaces that naturally move with you and flow in your life. When it comes to the third eye, you can choose when to open it and when to close it. This freedom gives you the space to relax your mind and focus it when you need to. When the third eye is open, all of the spiritual energy in your spinal column moves upwards and meets there, giving you spiritual strength and the energy to see. When you open up your third eye, it's like putting on your clairvoyant sunglasses. I highly recommend taking time to sit in your spiritual practice and open your third eye because it allows you to get used to the energy of that chakra. Many people, especially if they've been encouraged to stay quiet about their visions and dreams, find this exercise liberating and sometimes quite emotional. There is a space of freedom, there is a sense of freedom because you are actualizing a deeper aspect of yourself and recognizing something that may have been long forgotten. The emotions come because you are releasing old fears and traumas that have been pushed into this space. When I began to exercise my third eye, it needs exercise. It's a muscle. Think of it like a muscle. When you are beginning to build strength in the gym, sometimes you can only lift so much, but over time and over practice and over patience, you can lift heavier weights and you grow bigger muscles. The third eye is somewhat the same. When I began to exercise my third eye and give it permission it required to open up and express itself fully, I had experiences that were both transcendental and emotional. One of them even included me going on this really deep meditation where I went to this big, gigantic table, and it was like an Italian family that sat there. And there was people all around, and I sat in the middle. And then I realized that my grandmother was there with all these Italians that she knew in this vision. And I was fed and looked after and spent time with them all. And later I found out that my grandmother had a best friend who was Italian, and she used to go to Italy all the time on the bus when she was younger. So it was quite an interesting thing that I got this information that I didn't even know existed, but was evidential and of an experience of validation for me that something incredible was going on. So when I started to open up my third eye, I would get all these incredible dream states. And one particular memory was seeing all my old school teachers pointing at me. Now, one of the things I'll say is when I don't really like when people point at me because for some reason it's always felt like it's blocking my creativity. I'm being told off for not being my true self. And I remember when I went into dream states, like remembering like this was kind of like shutting this space down. And so if anyone ever points at me, I'll point at people, but not bad. But if someone points with, malice in their heart or trying to kind of put you down, sometimes they could be using their energy to force it into your third eye. And so I've always like, do not point at me. That's why we don't like people pointing at us. When I went into dream states in class, the teachers would shout at me, telling me to concentrate. When they did this, they would point directly at the space between my brows, and it would feel as if they were physically hurting me. To this day, I never let people point at me. I believe the energy in anger can be felt and held, especially by the intuitive chakras, which are here. Yeah. I was able to release the energy of my school experiences through deep meditation. There may be old memories or fears hidden in your third eye chakra, but this is even more a reason to open it. The memories contained within could be standing between you and your capacity to see and interact with heavenly love. Vibe of the day. Choose some time to take some time to work on this today, on opening your third eye and clearing it. This process may sound simple, but it can be extremely effective, especially if you've followed all of the techniques that have come before it. When you're ready, settle down in a comfortable space which feels safe for you to release any emotions. Set this intention. Close your eyes. Thank you, Universal Life Force, for surrounding me in a space of protection. I am ready to awaken and activate my third eye center. Thank you, angels of light, for removing any blocks, trauma, and fear that stand between me and my inner vision. I am ready to see on a psychic and spiritual level. I'm ready to perceive heavenly love. With your eyes closed, move into a restful meditation. Allow your breath to lengthen with each and every inhale and each and every exhale. Allow yourself to feel comfortable in this space, knowing that there are supporters of love with you at this moment. Imagine, visualize that between your brows, your third eye is opening. You may see a physical eye opening, a doorway, or even a flower blossoming. Feel that your energy is rising high and you are drawing choirs of angels and heavenly love towards you. Spend as long as you need with this awareness directed at your third eye center. Be aware of anything that is being released. The universe will handle this for you. Relax and allow your clairvoyance to refocus. The affirmation today is, I trust my inner vision. Spend as long as you need here. When you're ready to come back out, take several deep breaths. Spend some time with your feet on the ground and come back into the space. Namaste.